Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. Today's pick a card message is connected to this new moon in Taurus. This is really powerful and potent energy that this new moon in Taurus is bringing. I always tell everybody to look at the thumbnail or the intro, look at those moons and feel into which moon is speaking to you. And those will be your messages regarding the type of energies that this is activating in your life under this new moon energy. If you're not interested in hearing about what these energies are and what kind of activations and things that this new moon energy will be stirring up for you in your life, go ahead, skip this part and just pick your message down in the description box, messages 1 through 4. But for those of you that are interested, the key words with this new moon in Taurus are beauty, growth, planting new seeds for new beginnings, because all new moons are connected to new beginnings, seeing things from a new perspective, bringing in something new and letting go of something that's no longer serving us. It's fresh eyes and new inspiration. That's the activation that happens with all new moons. But with this Taurian one, it's especially potent around planting these seeds and looking to the long term, looking to the future. This energy is not supportive of what feels good just at this moment right now, like instant gratification. It's long-term planning and more future-based. So really building a strong foundation and understanding fully and completely what it is that we want and desire, getting really, really clear on it. It's sort of like coming out of that cocoon and seeing the light, connecting to it and say, okay, how am I going to build this? How am I going to nourish this? Where is my support? What supports do I have? It gets really deep with this. And so leaning into this energy is a really good idea, giving yourself space to reflect on these things so that you move forward with an eye to the long term, understanding that patience is going to be required as you cultivate, as you nourish these ideas, as you water these seeds of intention. It's really good intentions need to be set at this time. So being very mindful of our thoughts at this time, a good idea, especially because there's some tension that's coming with this new moon. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but it can stir up a lot of negative thinking, hasty decision making, and we don't want to lean into that. Not a good idea under this energy. Venus is coming more direct, giving us more inspiration, and that's where we want to take our energy. We want to lean into that more fully and completely and utilize the inspiration and start running with it, connecting to it more fully. Now, there is this intense T-square happening with Mars and Pluto, and this is going to create tension for all of us on the world stage, but also in our lives personally if we're not careful, connected to conflict, our financial lives and careers, but also just our stability. So if our stability is very connected to home, there could be tension there. So we're going to want to be rather careful about the words we use, how we show up in these situations. It's going to be more about having control over our emotions so that we don't blow things up, because there is so much tension coming with this Mars-Pluto opposition. We don't want to lean into that. We don't want to make hasty decisions. We don't want to let that energy take root and run with that, because it could cause a lot of turmoil moving down the road, going through to our future, causing us to have setbacks and have to go back over things. So really keep that in mind. It is intense. It's quite intense. There's a lot of talk about it astrologically, and some of you are interested in understanding the intensity of this opposition that's happening at the time of this new moon. I would absolutely recommend go listening to some astrologers, because they have a lot of good insight around it. We want to cultivate. We want to water our own gardens. We want to plant some new seeds. We want to gain a new perspective and lean into that Venusian inspiration that's going to be coming for us. We want to be reflective and methodical, and we want to think long term. Those are the biggest energies here that we want to be leaning into. We don't want to go into this tension. We don't want to lean into it. We don't want to go fight the good fight. Not at this time. Not a good idea. So if you haven't already, have a look at those moons. See which one is speaking to you, and I will get started here with message 1. Oh, I should say too quickly that I did pull all the main overarching energies just to save some time in the videos. I haven't looked at them. We'll look at them together. So give yourself a second to go do that, and I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. So if you didn't watch the intro, I did mention that I pulled the main overarching energies just to save a little bit of time in the videos, as I normally do, but we will look at them together. So we've got We've got new moon energy showing up for you, and it's new moon in Leo, shine. So Leo is connected to the heart too. So it's about doing everything from the heart. You know, if it feels really good, it's likely something that you should be leaning into. And because it's saying shine, it might be asking you to step up in some kind of way. Take the lead in something, be seen, come out of that cocoon energy and show up fully present with your whole authentic self. That's what this energy speaks to me. That's how I receive this. Yeah, it's time to shine and show up. I get leadership energy here. We'll see what else comes out though. Okay, ring around the moon, protection. So if you're not feeling safe about something, or if something feels really unstable to you right now and there's fear and worry, I feel like this kind of has two messages. One being you are safe and protected. You can relax any anxiety that you might have around this. But I think for the other thing, the other energy that I'm feeling here is you might be somebody who brings this sense of safety and protection to others. All the more reason for you to step up in some kind of way and let yourself be seen and shine. Yeah, there's this safety net energy that I get from those of you that chose this message, where you kind of provide that whether you're aware of it or not. But I also think it's just a heads up that some of you are more protected than you think. Okay. So we've got moonstone energy, slow it down. And I did mention in the intro, this is not the time to make hasty decisions or do anything quickly where it's like you just want instant gratification. If you're indecisive, step back and reflect. And I feel like that's a big message here for you guys. Slow it down. Don't make too many quick decisions at this time. Take your time with whatever the situation is that you're being asked to step up in. It feels like it might be a little bit tumultuous for some of you, something difficult where you're going to have to troubleshoot. And it might be that you have to do it in a different way than you've normally done it, from a different perspective, looking at things from different angles to make it happen, to make it move forward. It's that kind of energy. So slow it down. Take your time with whatever this is for you. And I feel like, yeah, I get like this stressed energy with some of you. Like you've been feeling quite stressed. Like I just want it to be over with. And I just want to make these decisions. So it doesn't have to be, I don't have to be attached to this energy. I can just move through it. But I feel like that you can miss some things, some opportunities, some good solutions by doing that. So yes, yeah, just slow it down. Take your time with whatever the situation is. Know that you're being safe and protected, and it is time for you to step up in some kind of way here. Okay, surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Okay, so there could be a power play going on here where you feel like you're behind and you might be comparing yourself to others in your situation or your career where they seem to be moving forward really quickly. And this could cause you to want to again, make those hasty decisions and not really think everything through. And I feel like this is just your heads up from spirit. Like there's only one you, you're authentically you, and you need to show up as such to make whatever this is happen in the best possible way to have the most amazing outcomes. And I really get this feeling by doing that, you will shine so brightly because you took the time, because you paused, because you out back, because you slowed everything down to really have a good understanding of what it is you need to switch, change, bring in, let go of. It's like that. But don't compare yourself to how quickly other people are getting these things done or how fast they're moving in their lives in general and feeling like you're stuck or behind, causing you to make hasty decisions, because that's a really big overarching energy I feel here for you guys. No hasty decisions. Yeah, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Funny too, because that attractiveness energy is very much connected to Taurus. Always all things beautiful. Taurians love beautiful things and they love to feel connected to beauty. And I feel like that might be a thing here for some of you too. Maybe this is connected to why you don't always fully show up and shine and allow yourself to be seen, but you're protected. You're protected from all kinds of negativity and harm. It does feel like you're playing a mental game on yourself about good enoughness and capabilities and feeling rushed. Let's see. Oh, reflection. Yeah. Slow it down and reflection. Not really much more I need to say about that. That's a big message for you guys. No hasty decisions. Slow it down. Don't rush this process lest you miss a solution, an opportunity, or, you have to go back and fix something because you tried to push too hard. Really big message for you guys. Give yourself over at this time to pause, reflect, pull out a journal, write down all your thoughts and feelings, do some research if you have to. I feel like those would be all good ideas for you. Okay, so it's Taurus. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. We are one. I exercise self-care, self-care and care for my community. There is no one spiritual path, but many. Yes, this is like definitely a strong and powerful energy I feel here for my message ones. There are so many ways forward and through, so many opportunities, so many solutions, ways to troubleshoot through whatever this is. It definitely feels connected to passion and purpose and career for a lot of you, but you may miss them if you don't slow down. So, and with that shine, I do feel like you have that leadership energy where you're helping to lead a community in a situation. All the more reason to give yourself some time with this and slow the situation down, because then everybody benefits from the things that you come up with, the inspirations that come your way, with the things that you might not have noticed before that are going to be coming your way for you to utilize and lean in on, right? New solutions. Like I keep feeling this energy of like divine wisdom coming through and needing to make space for that. Meditation, journaling, automatic writing, that kind of thing. Feels like you could really benefit from it. We'll move that up like that. All right, let's pull some tarot cards here. I'm looking at the lighting here. It looks like I might need to fix my lighting. It looks like it's going a little too dark. Apologies, message one. All right. We've got patience. That's such a strong message with reflection and patience. If you ever really needed a sign that you shouldn't push on something, this is it. It is time to exercise patience, most definitely. Door to romance in the reverse, protection. And then, I did touch on attractiveness. So while this definitely feels like, taking the lead in a situation, and passion and purpose being a thing for many of you who chose message one, some of you this could be in a family situation and there's a romance, a romantic connection, a partnership, whether it's your spouse or just your significant other, where things have gone awry and sideways, and you might want to push on that energy. Not the time, I feel, here message one, right? As it says, the door to romance is in reverse, suggesting it's a bit closed right now and needing patience to see this situation through for some of you. Envy. Wow. Okay. And then we have surrender comparisons with other people. If you're noticing that you're finding yourself getting envious, jealous, really comparing yourself to others, to how far along they are, or to what it is they're doing that you feel like you've not been able to do, and this is causing that rushed energy, give yourself over to releasing that, letting go and stepping fully into who you are and loving yourself fully and completely as you are. There's definitely an energy of that here for me. Some of you need to see how great you are, how powerful you are, how brilliant, how beautiful, how attractive you are, and realize there's only one you. And it's this energy of showing up as that, respecting that about yourself, respecting yourself, I think, more. Angel of love in reverse. Okay, wow. So we've got door to romance and angel of love in reverse. So this can show up in a couple of ways because we have heart energy, right, at the center here, and being vulnerable and being open and allowing our hearts to lead the way because we're being asked to shine essentially in this moon. Step up in a powerful way and start creating and cultivating something that's much healthier, much better. And it is connected to community for a lot of you, right? So this could be family community where there's been dissonance in a romantic relationship and partnership. It's causing a lot of stress. in the home, but this can also equate to career, right? Where we're usually this heart-centered person who shows up, with love and good intention and good ideas that seem to be from the heart, where you're like, this just feels good for the team, that kind of energy. And it's been very off. And I'm almost wondering for some of you if this is happening in both places, where you're dealing with this, not just on a work front, but also on the home, like it's spilling over. But I definitely am starting to see that there's a pattern here that some of you are dealing with hardship and connection. And maybe you're wanting to push on this. You're really wanting to make this connection heal quickly or move forward faster. And the energy is saying here for you not to do that at this time. We need to address comparison and envious, jealous type energy, where you feel unsafe and where you don't feel good enough. Yeah. Wow. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Okay. And that's connected to your sacral chakra, which is the chakra of emotions, sexuality, beauty, how we view ourselves. Definitely this feeling of I'm not good enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm just not enough, right? And really needing to address that. That's coming in really powerfully and really strong. So for some of you, maybe you've been struggling to make good connections and find your people, your community. And the part of the reason why you're not able to connect to these people, these kinds of situations, these groups, is because of how you feel about yourself, giving off that energy of not good enough and then attracting that back. There's a lot going on here in this message. It feels like there's 3 messages. One's for those of you who are going through it romantically on the home front, and you're trying to fix the situation almost single-handedly and having to deal with some of your harder emotions that you're carrying about yourself, creating part of the problem. And for others, it feels like this is the energy connected to a business or a career path and purpose where you're normally in charge. And there's this disconnect from your heart center and that love feeling for the work, for the job, because things are not going well. And you're not feeling safe around it and you're feeling rushed with it. And then I'm getting the singles energy here too, with how you may disconnect from your own self-worth and respecting yourself, causing this dissonance and this disconnect from you finding people and situations and romantic partnerships that would really suit you. I really feel like my group ones need to look at these energies that you're holding and start making a decision to release them, because I can tell you unequivocally they are not true about you. It's sort of like a story or a game you're running on yourself about what you're capable of, how good you are, how attractive you are. You're also like talents and gifts, not respecting them the way that you should be. Yeah, it just feels like being all tied up. All right. This is a very interesting message. There's so many different themes and messages that seem disconnected and yet not. I don't know if that's making any sense. It's just very interesting the way that this is all showing up. The moon, yeah. There's intuition that needs to be brought down, connecting to the moon under that patience energy. There's something you can't see. There's something that has not been brought to you yet. All the more reason to practice patience, slow it down and reflect, because there's something that spirit world that the divine wants to bring you answers. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Emotionally disappointed, disconnected, feeling hurt by something to do with a romantic partner or a situation where you had a lot of love and heart investment into it, not working out the way that you had hoped. A lot of frustration there. Yeah. Envy. I feel like with this star energy in reverse, I feel like this is normally you. Like once upon a time, I was somebody filled with passion and purpose and trust in myself and a willingness to be seen and to shine bright. That star energy is all connected to hope and faith. But when we've got envious energy here, where we're not feeling good enough and we're jealous of the things that are happening around us with other people, or we're comparing ourselves negatively in a negative way to others, we're definitely not leaning into the energy of hope, faith, trust, belief. And this is exactly what you need to be doing at this time, message 1. Yeah, look at that. Heartbroken. Wow. I'm definitely starting to see that there's more connection here to the home front, with disconnect on the home front, with romantic partnership, with maybe even divorce for some of you, and you're just having a really hard time reconciling what's been. But a definite disconnect in what to do in a romantic partnership, and how to heal it, how to fix it, how to make it better, what you need to do, or how things need to shift and change to make the situation healthy, whether it's a healthy new beginning or a healthy ending. Wow. Yeah. Heartbroken. You've been heartbroken. Sometimes this can mean some of you were literally quite stabbed in the back or cheated on. I'm not saying that that's the case, but it could be that some of you are dealing with that kind of energy, and that is tough and rough. Nostalgia. Okay, we've got 6 of Cups energy, thinking about the past. Sometimes this is a really good thing if we're trying to heal a situation and remembering all the good parts of our relationship and our connection, and finding ways to bring that energy back to the connection. But it can also suggest sometimes that we're holding on too much to the way things were in the past, that we've changed and evolved as human beings and we're not there anymore. And we have to sort of take the rose-colored glasses off and be willing to accept where we are right now in the connection and make peace with that. Yeah, I think it could go either way here for my message 1 choosers. It's crazy. It definitely started out feeling like this was a lot about passion and purpose with that community energy. But I think that maybe the community energy was more connected to family, community, rather than job. All right, I'm going to pull some more cards here. It definitely feels like my message 1s have been going through it, just emotionally. Ooh, I got a card that flew out. Disconnected and all tied up and in negative, heavy energy. And another one. And it's been really hard for you to reconcile this and figure out where to go from here and what to do. And it's affected your self-esteem and the way you view yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, I think, here. And I was connecting to that more mentally at first, which was making me feel that connection to career and purpose. But now it's definitely showing up more emotionally. All right, I'm going to have to pause and pick up the card that flew out. Okay, so that first card that flew out said, I have a balanced relationship with time. I use time well. Slow it down, reflect, patience. So it's sort of like if you were imagining an hourglass, put it on its side. Don't watch the sand running through like you're running out of time. You're not. I feel like that's really what this is saying. I have a balanced relationship with time. I use time well. Time is not running out for you. Message 1. Shine. I teach people how to treat me. 5 of Cup energy. 3 of Hearts, really being heartbroken, really being disappointed in a connection. Teaching people how to treat you. Absolutely. You really want to be up-leveling your confidence and your self-worth and your belief in who you are, seeing yourself through a much better lens, message 1. Do not allow anybody to treat you in a way that you would never treat somebody that you care about. It shouldn't feel like that, message 1. You really should be attracting energy and people who see you, love you for who you are, and support you wholeheartedly no matter what. And I think that that's a big thing that's been missing and something that you've been having to deal with all this harder energy that showed up here. I enjoy the serendipity of life. The unexpected can be wonderful. Yeah, that go with the flow. Go with the flow right now, not trying to force your hand. So I do want to say too here for my message 1 choosers, if some of you have not fully had to deal with any of this hard energy and it could be showing up for you, under this new moon energy, I feel like the big message that Spirit's trying to get ahead of for you is to work on you, look at the negative energies that you're holding and the emotional dissonance within you and the heartache that you've been dealing with, and utilize this energy this time to heal it, to see yourself through a much better lens, and to work through what you've been through, how you've been hurt. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. This is something I want to keep saying. Be very mindful of that. But also not the time to try to fix a situation or push on it to make it better in this time, in this moment, like in the energy of this new moon. Hopefully they're making some sense. This is more about you and healing and getting centered and balanced again and reconnecting to your heart in the best way, to the best aspects that you have, that you hold. I think you've forgotten that you are meant to shine, that you are powerful, that you're this beautiful being that doesn't need to change anything for anybody else. Except for potentially looking at the energies and the negative patterns that you're holding about yourself and that comparison energy. Making progress. Success is a journey and you are well on your way. Have faith as you go. That star energy is all about having faith, right? Really leaning into that hope, faith, trust. I'm right on time. Everything's right on time. I will get through this. I will work through it. I am healing. I'm not settling for less than what I deserve. If something's meant to heal, it will. That kind of energy. You are making progress. Keep going with this. Back and forth. Indecision makes it hard for you to get real traction. Make a firm decision. Now, I want to say that I feel like this decision might have to do with what's best for you when it comes to love and connection, whether something's worth fighting for or not. But because we have so much like protective energy up here, working through your own energy of comparing yourself and maybe leaning into envy more than you should and needing to reflect, I feel like it's about starting there and working through those patterns and thoughts and beliefs about yourself. And then once you do that, you can clear that energy and you'll be much more connected to truth and clarity for what is best for you and making a decision from a grounded, I feel good about myself now energy. Hopefully that makes sense. Because I definitely think that's the thing that you want to be leaning into right now, message one. This message really took a turn. Yeah, you're going to want to use this time, this new moon energy, to heal out, to get back to you, to understand yourself and your emotions much better and release the ones that aren't serving you so that you can start to step up in a much bigger way. I think this is going to be the card. A much bigger way for yourself and in your life. Archangel Michael, guardian of the earth realm, clears away energy when we are struggling. His presence is often signaled by indigo orbs or sparkles of light. You might observe purple flowers or feel attracted to amethyst gemstones. So these are energies that can be really beneficial for you. But if you happen to notice these colors around you, these orbs of light, they're there letting you know that they're helping you heal through this. They're giving you strength. They want to up-level your confidence in yourself and help you move through things that have been really hard and hurtful for you, so that you can get so strong within yourself and in that heart space that you know exactly how to step up and shine in this situation. Whether it means you're going to shine in the sense that you know what to do to fix it, solve it, reconnect to it and heal it, or whether you feel strong enough to walk away from it if that's what feels best for you. Yeah. Clears away energy when we are struggling. And I definitely think that you would do well and it would be a good idea for you to call in this energy to help strengthen your resolve, to see yourself through a much better, more positive lens so that you can then start moving forward and make really good decisions for yourself with that sense of strength and fortitude and clear mind, right? That moon energy, draw down the moon, connect to your intuition, but start here. Okay, message one. This went rather long. I apologize. There just felt like there was so many different energies showing up for you guys. It first felt like passion and purpose, and then big turn, right? Not so much. I hope that you guys all have an amazing day and really give yourself some time here. Sit with yourself, reflect, clear those negative thoughts and patterns out. You are not any of those. You are meant to shine. You are deserving and worthy of beautiful, supportive love. And I feel like this is what we need to work on here. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Hello, message two. So went ahead and I pre-pulled the main energies, but we will look at them together. Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. Gemini energy is very active, always thinking, always doing a lot of intelligence. You might be somebody who has a very overactive mind. Either way, at this time, you're being asked to clear your mind. Too much noise going on in there, overthinking. So looking at that energy at this time, clear your mind, clearing away the cobwebs. And I feel like it's probably because we're connecting to this new energy. Something probably wants to be brought forth for you. Inspiration of some kind, connection to something that you might want to look at, do, try, a person you could want to go towards. It could be a lot of things, but it can't get through to you if your mind is filled with too much noise. Yin moon. Okay, accept help. Not trying to do everything all by yourself. The doer of all the things is the energy that I'm feeling. You're probably somebody who has a hard time accepting help. You're used to doing things all by yourself, a strong and independent energy. But if it's causing that monkey mind to get really overactive where you're overthinking because you've got so much on your plate, it is definitely time to lean in and accept help from others. You shouldn't have to do it all alone is an energy I feel here for you guys. Being open to that. And I find it to be an incredibly difficult thing for those that are very independent and so used to doing everything by themselves. They have a really hard time allowing helpers in, accepting help, as this says. Patience, moon cycles, patience. Perhaps with this clear your mind and accept help, and then needing to lean into patience. There's a suggestion of maybe you're trying to push something through really quickly or going so quickly that you're missing things. And not an energy that this new moon in Taurus is supportive of. It's in my intro, I talked about how it's long-term energy. We're not looking at quick fixes right now. We're looking to long-term solutions that are going to take time to cultivate, planting really good seeds of intention. And I feel like that's a thing here for some of my message two choosers. You could be trying to push on something and make it happen, maybe just so that you don't have to deal with it anymore and it's off of your plate. But the suggestion here is to not to do that, to kind of step back, clear your mind, allow people to help you with the things that don't require only you to do them, so that you can give yourself over to some reflective energy. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else is coming up. Curious to know what the surrender card is. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Yes, clear your mind, allowing people to take some things off of your plate so they're not weighing on your mind and creating more noise in there. And practicing patience at this time. Something wants to be brought through to you, message two, some sort of divine wisdom. And we can't connect to it when we're going 100 miles per hour all the time. And I definitely feel like that could be a thing for some of you. And obsessively thinking about a situation or how to fix it, or how to make it better. It never solves the problem. It never brings the answers because we're so much in our minds that we can't connect to solutions. I find solutions show up for us a lot of the times when we're in joy, when we're doing things that just make us happy, when we're at peace. They just all of a sudden come in and interrupt whatever it is we're doing in that joyful energy, which is high vibration, and they bring the answer. It brings the answer. That's when it pops up. And I feel like that would be a way for you to receive how to move through this dilemma, this situation that's weighing so heavily on you. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Yeah. And I get this energy of being playful, giving yourself over to playfulness and joy, and just letting yourself have fun and do things that make you really happy. Taking a load off. Definitely taking a load off. Unfoldment. Okay. Yes, lotus flower and unfoldment. Whether it feels like it or not, things are unfolding in divine timing. It's not your timing. I'm feeling definitely here for my message twos. You'd like things to be moving a lot quicker, right? Especially with that patience, but they are happening. Things are moving. They are happening. Things are unfolding. It's just not in your time, on your timeline, the way as quickly as you would want. And I feel like this is just, this card came out to say, relax, don't worry. It really is happening. Things are coming to light. Things are progressing better than you think. Solutions are forthcoming. You can relax. You can give yourself over to peace right now and joy. That word keeps coming to me, joy. Aluru? I'm not sure if that's how you say that. I have power and it is real. I create my destiny. I carry the greatness of my ancestors in my body and soul. Wow. So a strong spiritual energy here too. If you feel like you can't connect to higher mind or wisdom, I feel like this is suggesting you absolutely can. And then there's this ancestors in my body and soul. You might be carrying gifts, talents, abilities that have been passed on through generations, whether you realize it or not, and leaning into them at this time and asking them to help you through the situation, calling your ancestors. Really good idea, I think, here from a message to choosers. You will receive, but you must relax your energy first, clear your mind, and give your difficulties, your worries, and your fears over to spirit, right? Just really clearing out that headspace first. Yeah, and I have power. It is real. I create my destiny. Some of you might be feeling very disempowered, and it does look that way, right? With a loud mind and overthinking and having too much on your plate and obsessive thinking. You're definitely not going to be connecting to your power in the best possible way when you're in this energy. And it feels like this new moon is going to provide the opportunity to get sorted, to get centered, to get clear and see that everything is going smoother than you think, and then connecting to that divine wisdom that will help you step into your power more fully. I definitely get like some spiritual abilities for some of you, more than I think that you might even be aware of. But also just gifts, talents passed on to you, and that the ancestors, your past on loved ones, are around you right now, trying to help you, trying to give you answers, trying to show you the way. I feel like a good affirmation would be like, I am open and receptive to divine wisdom. Like, it's simple, but I feel like it would be helpful. And I have a card that flew out there. I'm going to pause and pick that up. Okay, so the card that flew out on the floor was 4th chakra Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing, and this is connected to the heart space. So where is your heart blocked right now, right? Because it's in the reverse. You need to open up our hearts more, especially if we're connecting to a gift, a talent, our power. We need to have a really clear heart. We need to really trust in our feelings, our vibes, our emotions. And I feel like that's something that's not happening for a lot of my message twos. So maybe even doing some heart chakra meditations, activating that heart space, asking for help to clear it so that it then moves its way up into that mind energy, to the crown chakra, to clear your mind. Yeah, it feels like it starts centrally for you guys in that heart space. Indecision in reverse. So that's actually a good card to see in reverse, suggesting that decisive energy is forthcoming. Practicing patience at the time of this new moon is a good idea, because I feel like, and then allowing that time and space to get help and for you to get centered is going to bring about that decisive energy, right? With a clear heart, a clear mind. Then it's like, oh, I suddenly see what I need to do. I've connected to that higher mind, that divine wisdom. Yeah, I feel like this is how the situation unfolds for you. Victory. Okay, it's in reverse under that clear mind. So you might be dealing with some disappointment, or there might be some disappointment that is coming your way that's going to be really frustrating for you. And it's going to cause a lot more overthinking and worry and fear. I feel like if that's the case and you have not had this situation arise just yet, again, divine timing, things are unfolding. If things aren't happening the way that you had hoped or thought that they should, trust that that's for your best and highest good. That's like God's redirection is God's protection. If it doesn't work out in the way that you hoped, it's because there's a reason for it and there's a better way forward. And you absolutely have the power and the ability and the gifts and the talents to move through the situation and make it even better and stronger. Sometimes that's why things don't show up the way that we had hoped. And I feel like that could definitely be a thing for some of you. Right? Especially because it's coming with that clear your mind energy too. So I feel like for some of you, it's almost like your thoughts have created some dissonance here about expectations maybe not having been met and feeling really down about yourself around it, feeling disempowered as a result of it, feeling like, you weren't able to answer the difficulty, the question of how to move through the dilemma, and maybe you're beating yourself up about it. I feel like that's a thing for some of you. Patience. Wow. Patience came up in message 1 too, and it makes so much sense with this Taurus energy, because I said this energy is not asking for quick fixes or instant gratification. It's looking long term. It's looking to the future. It's a slow burn, and it's a frustrating energy when we're doers and we're goers and we want to make things happen now, but we're really being asked to plant new seeds of intention, to get clear, to get centered, to heal out all the noise and the junk that we just don't want to take with us into the future, and practicing patience in that way so that we're better for it in the end. And anything that we're doing, working on, trying to cultivate is better because we're in a really good body, mind, soul balance state. And that is definitely an energy here for you guys. But strong message to be patient with this. Things really are unfolding, even if it doesn't feel like it. Angel of balance in reverse. How can you bring more balance into your life right now? What does that look like? Well, I feel like the answers are up here. Allowing others to help you, not feeling like you have to do everything. Understand that you are powerful. Anything that might have gone sideways or didn't feel victorious or that you got wrong, do not beat yourself up about it. Moving forward, I feel like you're going to see the way. You're going to be able to connect to something even better to make this situation better. I really, really do. It's sort of like I say it all the time. It might have been a lesson, not a life sentence, but we can really beat ourselves up when we think we've got something wrong. And I definitely feel like that's a thing here for my message too, is at least some of you feeling really imbalanced and disempowered in this way, feeling like, my expectations were met. I really got this wrong, or almost like not trusting yourself as much as you should be. But start up here. You have this ability to connect to ancestral energy, to guides and helpers from the higher realms, and I feel like they want to come in and they want to clear your mind, and they want to clear your heart and help you move through this and make better decisions moving forward that are victorious, that do create something beautiful, that unfold in a beautiful way in the right timing over time. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else comes out with that. I'm going to use my tarot deck here to kind of clarify some of these cards here. I keep getting this background noise of you're stronger than you think you are. You're more capable than you think you are. Also, that song, You Can Go Your Own Way? That's playing in my mind too. So maybe you've dismissed an idea, a thought, a way forward, an inspiration. Inspiration is going to be coming in for all of us with that Venus energy going direct for all of us. And I feel like you've got some inspiration that wants to come your way, and it is going to be connected to something that the way that you can do something that's going to be more unique, like going your own way. Like, I know I can do this. Don't fear that if that shows up for you. I feel like you should follow that thread, pull on it a little bit and see where it takes you. If a new inspiration comes through that would require you to have to do things differently or outside of your comfort zone of what would be normal for you, something about that is sticking out for me as well for you guys. The moon, this showed up in the first one too. That's connecting to that heart, to the ancestral realm, drawing down your intuition, really leaning in, opening up that crown. There's something you can't see, that you haven't seen, that you haven't connected to that you haven't connected to. Is what I'm trying to say. My goodness, I need to slow down. Higher mind. It's that divine wisdom that has been missed, that you have not been able to connect or cultivate and bring down to you because of that loud mind, right? So big message there. Wow, Five of Cups. This was also in the first message. Emotionally just not satisfied, really feeling let down, upset, hurt, something not working out the way that you hoped. But I mean, we did already connect to that. You could be feeling disappointed in yourself, like you got it wrong and you're beating yourself up. But these two cups standing behind this person, cloaked, they were just focused on what didn't work, what they got wrong, the disappointment of that. But then there's these two cups standing up behind you. It's that energy of there's something you can't see or something that you've missed that needs to be connected to at this time. So really give yourself over to that. And I feel like it's it's spirit and the ancestors that want to bring you this information. Oh my gosh, all these cards came out in message 1. At the center here, clear your mind. We've got that victory in reverse. This could be something connected to the home front for some of you because it's nostalgia. It's 6 of Cups energy, kind of maybe pulling on the past and how things used to be. Not being able to really let go of the way things once were, maybe trying to bring that energy back. That could be a bit of an issue for some of you, maybe getting too caught up in nostalgia with some things and having a hard time accepting the way things are now. I'm not saying that that's true for any of you, but it could be. And we might need to look at that, about how we can let go of the way things were and be open to that it's going to look different now, to change, to a new way forward. It's going to look like this, and I'm okay with that. Not getting too caught up in the way things were. It really connects to being stuck in past energy and putting a lot of rose-colored energy and nostalgia around it and having a hard time disconnecting. But that, I'm hearing that you can go your own way. It feels like there needs to be a new idea or concept around moving forward with whatever the situation is. If it is at home, it's going to look different now, and that's okay. Lean into that. Change is good, even when it's hard. Yeah, all tied up, patience, feeling frustrated with this waiting game, really feeling mentally stuck. Clear your mind, practice patience. This is just reiterating that with this 8 of Swords energy. And she's not really stuck, and that's the big message of this card. She can walk right through, but she's blindfolded, so she can't see that. Just like those 2 of Cups that are standing behind this cloaked person. There is something good, something worth its weight in gold, something emotionally balanced, healthy, that feels really good, that makes the situation better and stronger, just not being able to see it right now. Ooh, I love where we're going with this. We've got the, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes I have to do that. I have to count the pentacles. I don't know why. 10 of Pentacles. Financially strong on the home front. This could be the issue that you've been dealing with, how to make your finances better and stronger on the home front. Needing to look at how to do this in a different way than what you've been normally doing. Having a hard time disconnecting from the stability that was once there, whether financially or otherwise, just stability in general. But you've got really good outcome energy here with the 10 of Pentacles, right? Coming back into balance, feeling stable and strong and secure in all ways in your life, in your home. Because we're disconnecting from what once was, making peace with the past and understanding that we can't recreate the past in the same way, right? Because we don't live there anymore. There's something to that here for me, for my message twos. Really having a hard time reconciling that, or what went wrong, or what didn't work, or what you feel you got wrong that maybe created some instability for some of you. Don't beat yourself up about any of these perceived mistakes. They were just lessons, right? Figuring out how to not do something moving forward. We can take that information and move forward and do things way better, much better, and make it more sound and more strong. Like we're learning through the process. And I feel like leaning into this energy of learning, practicing patience with it, and knowing that things are unfolding in divine timing. You've got this. But with your energy here for my message twos, there's definitely a lot of mental noise, mental dissatisfaction, and really starting there and working on there, because it's connecting and it's clouding, it's connecting to your heart and it's clouding up your heart, creating blocks there too. And we want to be very open in these areas, because this is where that divine wisdom and understanding comes through. Oop. Okay, that's gonna be the first card. One fell out. Yeah. I feel like, it's so easy for me to say, but I really do feel like everything is going to be okay. Yeah. I teach people how to treat me. Yeah. maybe you've been taking flack from others too, right? Giving you a hard time for any perceived mistakes or what you're not bringing to the table. Feeling judged in this way. Just feeling like you're at fault. I feel like this energy of the weight of the world is on my shoulders and everything is on me, and it's just not, right? So accepting help from others, allowing yourself to be supported, giving yourself a break from any of these perceived mistakes that you think that you've made. Like if we're living on this earth and we've been on here for a certain amount of years, we've all made mistakes. We all get things wrong. It's not the end of the world, so long as we learn from it and move forward. And I feel like don't take any crap from anybody. Message 2. Don't let anybody else make you feel worse about a situation or make you feel like, something is your fault. I will persist. My will is strong. Absolutely. Clear your mind. And this is the energy that you'll get into. I will persist. My will is strong. And we've got new moon energy there. Patience. I let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. Everything's unfolding in divine timing. Absolutely yes to this energy. I let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. Yeah. Letting go of these heavy energies, burdens, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, making it almost as though everything is your problem to solve, and it's not. Message 2. It's really not. All right. It's sort of like, you are not your mistakes, you're your possibilities. Repeat that. Put that on repeat in your mind. If you're going to have anything cluttering up your mind, let it be that affirmation. I am not my mistakes. I am my possibilities. Leadership role. You were called to step up and be at the authority, position of power. And over here, right? My power is real and I create my own destiny. Yeah, you are meant to lead the charge. You are the one with the ideas. And I feel like there's a unique idea, a new inspiration, new perspective that wants to come through for you, where you can go about the situation and do it your own way. But we need to lighten our load a bit. We need to hand over some of the burdens and the responsibilities that we've taken on that shouldn't all be on you. Ooh, nice. We've got the 10 of Pentacles that showed up for you, right? If we work on these energies of getting balance, relaxing energy, practicing patience, letting go of any perceived mistakes that we think we've made, coming out of that past energy, you've got hidden wealth. True riches are not just what you see, but what you feel. Unlock treasures within. I really do think that a lot of you have some psychic gifts. You really are able to tap into higher wisdom. I feel like maybe you dismiss it sometimes. You don't realize that that's what it is. That's what these nudges are. I get the feeling of like having angels and ancestors and pass on loved ones around you. And I feel like it's almost like having unseen helpers, like invisible helpers all around you. This is another energy that I keep feeling for you guys. Again, true riches are not just what you see, but what you feel. Unlock treasures within. And I really do think it's connected to this new thing that wants to show up for you. A new inspiration, a new idea, very unique, that you're meant to lead, you're meant to cultivate and create, that brings wealth in so many ways. Feeling wealthy emotionally, mentally, physically, and then actually abundantly in finances. All right, let's just cap this off with the final message. All right. Okay. You may have been feeling isolated, rejected, unappreciated, or misunderstood. But today you realize you are not alone. There's a loving angel walking right beside you. Yes, you aren't alone. Message 2. I think you do feel it. I think that you're dealing with disappointment, perceived mistakes, beating yourself up around things as though everything is your problem and yours to fix and yours to solve, and it's just not. You aren't alone. You are being guided. You are being helped. Call this energy in. Make space for this heart clearing and crown connection to higher mind to channel this divine wisdom. Whether you journal words you get, whether you actually do a meditation around this, I really feel like it's going to be of great benefit to you guys. Again, you may have been feeling isolated, rejected, unappreciated, or misunderstood, but today you realize you are not alone. There's a loving angel walking right beside you, 100%. Yes, you are not. And you've got something coming in your future that is worth its weight in gold. Be patient with this, clear your energy, clear your mind, and this is where you will receive that information and that guidance. All right, message 2. I'm going to leave that there. I hope that you guys all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. So I pulled the main overarching energies to save a bit of time in the video because these videos are running long, but we will look at them together. Okay, so it's full moon in Cancer energy, and it says, let your fears dissolve. Okay, right? Looking at releasing what's holding us back, what fears we're holding on to that prevent us, stop us from doing beautiful things for ourselves, from embracing change. It's that kind of energy. And Cancerian energy is very emotional. So it feels like there's a strong emotional component when it comes to these fears. They could be connected to love, romance, family situations where you hold back and you hide your heart a little bit. A strong emotional component. Either way, letting your fears dissolve, looking at them, understanding them, and releasing them, because you're not going to want to carry these forward with you. And this new moon in Taurus is also very connected to beauty and home and stability. So I do get a strong energy around that for some of you, that it could be related to that. Either way, it feels like it stops you from doing things that that you're more than capable of doing, or showing up in your full authentic self. We'll see what else comes out. Okay, we've got void moon, do nothing. Not forcing, not pushing, not trying to make anything happen. I talked about this in my intro. This Taurus new moon is about reflecting and cultivating and planting good seeds of intention that are far-reaching, long-term energy, not short-term. And that's showing up for you guys as well. Do nothing. There's nothing that you need to be doing right now other than allowing your fears to dissolve, releasing what does not serve you, what's not working, what you don't want to bring forward. Okay, exalted moon, self-regulation. And it's funny, it's a bull. When we're in Taurus energy, that's the bull. Self-regulation. Where might you need more self-regulation? I'm definitely feeling it in your emotional centers, like the sacral, the heart. It's causing a lot of dissonance. It's creating these fears. How can you get more balance with these energies? And if it's asking you to start working on this now, it's because there's likely something coming up for you that is going to want to see you feeling whole and healthy and emotionally sound and strong and heart-centered. So keep that in mind. It's a really good time, a really good energy to work on these things that are causing dysregulation within you, disharmony, not doing you any favors holding on to them. And I feel like that do nothing energy is really connected to like meditation, reflection, going within, understanding yourself, healing comes to mind. Okay. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace, right? So all up in our emotions, overthinking, fears around what ifs, right? What is where you want to go. You want to go from what if to what is. Easier said than done, I know, but relaxing that heart space. And I feel like that sacral too, really feeling dysregulated, stuck in anxiety, worry, and fear around an emotional situation. I feel like that you probably have a lot invested in. Compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. And I know that that's not an easy thing to do, but it starts with giving yourself over to doing nothing, doing anything that brings you peace, really. Meditation, nature walks, really good under Taurus energy, actually. Journaling, I always say journaling because it helps us get our feelings out on paper, so it's a bit of a release. I feel like I'm missing something under this do nothing energy. I'll come back to it instead of getting hung up on it. Ooh, a vision quest. This is amazing energy for going on a vision quest, for what we want our life to actually look like. How do I want to feel? Who am I with? What does that connection relationship look like? Where am I working? What are those people like? What's my bank account look like? It's going deep with our vision quest. This new moon in Taurus is perfect for this kind of energy, for going on this particular type of vision quest. Really getting clear with our desires, our wants, our wishes, and then planting those seeds of intention and only focusing on that, not what isn't working, what scares us, or what we fear. Leaning into this like you would a child, allowing yourself to go big and dreamy and in massive belief it's possible. Manifestation, this is the word I was looking for. Going on a vision quest at this time. Troy energy. To exchange my gifts with the world is a positive act. Teamwork is necessary. While I can learn from the stories of others, I can create my own mythos. Beauty is eternal. Revenge has consequences. Oof. Okay, so a bit of a message here, a bit of a heads up, I think, from Spirit, suggesting if you are tempted to get revenge because you've been emotionally slighted or smited, treated badly, it's completely understandable that you would want to get revenge, but I feel like there's a big warning around not doing that. It won't serve you. It won't. I feel like this could end up creating a bigger problem. And you're being asked to step more fully into your own personal power and what it is that you bring to the table, and going on that vision quest and only leaning into that. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to create. I'm focused solely on this. Not what I fear, not getting revenge. I do think some of you have been through it and been disappointed by others. Duped comes to my mind. Yeah, beauty is eternal. Revenge has consequences. Yeah. Focusing only on the beautiful things that you want for yourself, for your life, moving forward. All of your focus should go there, because focus grows where attention goes. So if we're giving our attention to the things that are emotionally causing fears and frustrations, hurts, or pains, that grows. It becomes bigger. It becomes so big that we can't deal with it anymore. Like we're going to combust. And then it usually manifests in a negative way. And I feel like that's a thing, like a heads up here for you guys to be mindful of. All right, let's pull some cards. Sort of like, also with that surrender to what is. And sort of like right here, right now is exactly where I'm meant to be. And there's a lot of learning here. In this space, there's a lot to discover and uncover and for you to become and manifest. Okay. It's interesting. I think that's that do nothing energy. I said I would come back to it. Doing nothing, that revenge energy. Do not seek revenge. Do nothing. I feel like it's a big, like, flashing red light warning. Yeah, okay. We've got financial constraints in reverse, suggesting that you might be feeling financially constrained, but you're not as financially stuck or burdened as you think you are. It always has this, like, when it comes out reverse, I always have this look again energy. There might be resources that you're not aware of, that you haven't tapped into, that you haven't noticed, that you haven't looked at, but they're there. That's what this financial constraints in the reverse makes me think of. I will say too, sometimes it's a bit of a heads up to not overspend at this time. Taurus energy is very connected to money and finances. So that could be a little bit of a message too, especially with that surrendering to what is and doing nothing. Sort of like, don't invest in this. Don't put your money there. Don't bet on this at this time. This is not the energy that you're being asked to lean into. But I do get the sense that you're not as financially constrained as you are, that there's opportunities around you and resources around you not yet seen or tapped into. Yeah, victory in reverse. Feeling like something went completely wrong. Maybe a financial loss of some sort. Maybe even having lost a job, or feeling like you were duped or had the wool pull over your eyes in a career situation and you didn't see something coming, making you feel not victorious. Like there was, and there could be a loss of money as a result of that. Quite literally, like if you were to lose your job, you would lose finances. But I always think that when things like that happen, and if this is general, so that's not going to be true for all of you. This could be connected to any number of things where you felt like there was a financial loss and it could have been at the hands of something that you chose or you didn't choose or you didn't see coming, causing you to feel like everything's gone sideways. Either way, I feel like for some of you really did, there was a job loss. Like there was a literal manifestation of that. But for others, I feel like it's more metaphorical of something you just didn't see coming or you weren't expecting. And it has caused you to want to get revenge, to feel emotionally dysregulated. It's creating a lot of fear about what do I do now? But it's that same energy of God's redirection is God's protection. If something didn't work out or you had to see the ugly around people or their true colors, it's so that you could move forward without carrying their energy, or these people shouldn't be coming along with you for the ride. You were meant to disconnect from them or the situation. Keep that in mind. Message 3. Yeah. Blossoming abundance in reverse. Yeah, definitely some financial loss and worry and fear here about what am I going to do? How am I going to manage? Wow. Causing a lot of upheaval and dissonance. Fourth chakra archangel Raphael in reverse, really needing to clear out that heart space, reconnect to who you are, your heart's wisdom, desires, that vision quest. It definitely feels like some of you have definitely been blindsided by a job loss, something you didn't see coming. The world turned upside down on its head for you, and there's a lot of fear around this, and there's this desire to want to get back, and how could you do this to me after my time and my service? Even if it was like a pro bono thing and you thought that they were going to keep pulling you along, or a person like a romantic partner, and now you're in financial duress because of a romantic partner, right? Because we do have that Cancerian emotional home life energy as well. I feel like there's something new on the horizon, this vision quest. And if you really give yourself time to lean into it and get excited about it and understand that this is a whole new beginning for you in some way, if you can lean into that energy, you're going to be way better off as a result of it. It's almost like that tower moment. Everything was meant to fall away and crumble because it was the only way that you were going to say yes to something new. And it feels like something really positive. Yeah. Angel of strength. Yeah. Needing to really lean into this angel of strength. And it's that lion energy, right? And lion energy is Leo energy connected to the heart. I feel like you're going to have some heart wisdom come through. If you give yourself space for this to connect to your heart, clear it, the pain, the fear, there's something there for you. There's a new way. There's something new to tap into that's going to help with this vision quest and align you to what's best for you, a new direction. I feel like almost like it's going to end up being a catalyst for a whole new way of life that in a year from now, you're like, look at how different my life looks now. I never would have dreamed that I'd be here a year from now. It feels like that. Very profound. Okay, let's put some tarot cards around this to clarify. Oof. All right. Knight of Pentacles under that financial constraints. Easy come, easy go. Knights come in swiftly. They bring short-term money for a stretch of time, and then it's sort of like easy come, easy go. It's not long lasting like what Taurus wants. Taurus wants long-term stability, something under our feet that we can look to the future and really plan around it because it's always going to be there. It's very secure. Night energy is not that. It's more short-term where we have it for a little while. We had a good idea and then it sort of like it comes to an end with that financial constraints. I feel like that's what's happened. And then we've got, yeah, 7 of Swords, somebody getting away with something. I definitely think some of you didn't see something coming. A little bit blindsided. You feel duped, smited, and slighted, probably by either a partner or at a career or job situation. Like, how could they? I think this is just confirming that this is what's causing this feeling of emptiness and frustration and hurt and pain and fear, where you're not feeling victorious at all. Yeah. Blossoming abundance, and we've got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, trying to find financial balance and stability, which we know is something that's here. It's definitely causing all the fears and the worries and the concerns, but it's in the reverse, kind of suggesting that you're going to come into that energy. You're going to be able to get to this, connect to this. And if you're not there right now, trust that you will. You will. Yep. Look at that, under that heart energy. these fears, this loss. It definitely feels like a job loss or, money lost due to a partner or a situation and you didn't see it coming. Moving on from that, moving away from this mental frustration, this hurt, this pain. Six of Swords is all like, it's time to go. It's time to move on. I'm letting go of this situation. I'm moving on. It no longer serves me. I feel like too, you might have stayed with this place of business, with this person or trusting this person. If this hard thing didn't happen, it shook everything up. You might have just kept going on your merry way and never connected to this beautiful new vision that wants to come through for you. Okay, Angel of Strength. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. When it's up like this, we're holding on really tight to finances for fear that I am terrified. I'm going to always have to do what's safe. I can't really go on a true vision quest with something that resonates with my heart and soul, that would feel good, that's very aligned with my soul, my passion, my gifts, my talents, what I bring to the table. But it's in reverse, which I love, staying strong in your resolve, that if it wasn't meant for you and this horrible or hard, difficult thing has happened, it's because you're being redirected to what's best for you. And this energy suggests you letting go of the fear, moving through it, moving on and moving away from it, which I love to see for you guys. This new moon may shake up some of this type of unpredictable energy for you, or it may have just happened. And I feel like it's either going to be that it's coming your way and this is your heads up, or it's happened and you're being prepared and you're being told that this is how you get in front of it. You release your fear. You trust that this is happening for you, not to you, which I understand will be very difficult. And it's an opportunity to go for what you really want, what's more aligned with your heart and soul. I will persist. My will is strong. Yeah, you've got this. Whatever hardship you've been handed, whatever way that you feel like you've been duped or lied to, you will persist. Your will is strong. That would be a great affirmation for you guys at this time. I will not remain stuck. I choose change, right? Let your fears dissolve and that energy of coming out of stuckness. I will not remain stuck. I choose change. It's a good thing for you. I feel like it's necessary. And you might be somebody who likes security and stability and kind of like a creature of habit and routine. So you merely go along with the way things always are because it seems to be working. Yet there's this bigger path, purpose, passion that wants to open up for you. And it's sort of like the universe had to come and give you an ugly pinch to get you to see it and move towards it. I let go, I release, I am within perfect possibility. Self-regulation, right? Yes, you absolutely are. It definitely feels like this was a situation that might have been something that you would have never really let go of. You would have kept holding on, even if it wasn't aligned with what's best for you. And it's sort of like, yeah, you got the pinch. This was not cute. It was not comfortable, but it was necessary. And I do not say that to diminish however you're feeling or whatever hardship or heartache that you're in right now as a result of it. I see you and I feel for you, but I really believe that there's something better waiting for you guys. You are within perfect possibility. You probably have so many gifts and talents and so much connection to possibility because of many gifts and talents that you have. Because I get a polymath energy from you guys. I'm good at a lot of things. I don't always use all these things, but I'm good at a lot of things. And I feel like all these possibilities want to be served up for you right now. Confidence. Allow yourself to go for the dream you really want. Yes. Show what you can do. Allow yourself to go for the dream you really want and show what you can do. This is your time, the vision quest, right? You have lots of possibilities. You're a powerful person. You have a lot of gifts to offer. It is time. It is time for you to lean into them. You're moving into a new cycle, most definitely message 3. And it feels like it didn't come in easily for you guys. Swift returns. The effort you put in now comes back to you soon. Ooh, strike while you can. So if you start to receive some inspiration by only focusing on what it is that you want to manifest, where you want to go from here, leaning out of any kind of revenge energy or, sticking it to anybody, it feels like you've got this swift returns energy coming. Something really good comes back to you. So lean in on any inspiration that comes your way, any ideas, follow it. Follow it up and do something with it. The effort you put in now comes back to you soon. Strike while you can. Yes. Well, it's a strike while the iron is hot. Absolutely. Yeah. And I really get the strong sense that my group threes, my message three choosers have a lot of gifts and talents that probably have been dormant for a long time because you haven't needed to use them. Or maybe, if this isn't a family situation or a partnership where money was lost and there's frustration and you didn't see how maybe somebody was spending or something along those lines, it's sort of like you were just, kind of taking for granted that they were in charge of that. And now it's your turn to be in charge, and you end up being able to bring in far more strength and stability to your relationship, your connection, and your home life. And this person ever could. I do think for more of you, this has to do with career, but I just think it's a thing all around where it's like you're meant to take the lead here now because you're the one with all the possibilities and the ideas, the right ones. Okay, I have to pick up that card because I dropped it. Sorry, guys, I dropped another card. Angels often manifest as nature spirits, sometimes joining forces with trees to bring healing energy to Earth. Sitting quietly with a tree will help you feel grounded and renewed by its ancient wisdom. This Taurus energy it's an earth sign. Perfect for this, perfect for connecting to that energy. And it feels like this is going to serve you very well. Get out in nature, get grounded, get centered, find that peace within, especially if you're dealing with a lot of anger, hostility, and frustration, and you're really feeling like you want to stick it to whoever this person was, or this career, place, situation, place of business was, where you feel like you were slighted and smited in some way or let down. All the more reason to give yourself over to this energy so that you don't lean into wanting to get that revenge. Remember, do nothing was up here. Yeah. Angels often manifest as nature spirits, sometimes joining forces with trees to bring healing energy to Earth. Sitting quietly with a tree will help you feel grounded and renewed by its ancient wisdom. And you know what, guys? I don't know why. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I feel like you're going to get some animal messengers showing up for you. So pay attention to repeat animals coming around. It feels like they're trying to tell you something. Maybe look at what their energies are. It could be like, peacocks, and that's a unicorn. So it's not going to be a unicorn, very likely, but maybe bird energy or farm animals for some reason is coming in mind. It feels like there's some sort of message coming through by way of an animal helper as well. What were you thinking about in those moments? What kind of energy did they bring? It might be something you want to lean into. I'm not sure why I'm feeling like that, but anyways, I am going to leave that there. I hope that all of you have the most amazing, beautiful day and really give yourself over to focusing only on what it is you want to create from here and put all your energy into that, because I feel like it will serve you so well, because you're going to have something that comes back to you tenfold in a positive way if you do. All right, guys, take care. Hello, message 4. So I went ahead and pulled the main overarching energies, but we will look at them together. I did this because these videos run long, so it just saves some time. Okay, full moon in Scorpio energy. Breathe through the tension. Okay, so I talked about in the intro that there is this Mars-Pluto T-square happening that creates a lot of tension, explosive energy, tension in all kinds of areas, particularly like the home front and finances and things of that nature. It doesn't have to be those things, but Taurus energy very much connects to that. So there may be something to that for you. Either way, the message is to breathe through the tension. It's not a great time to lean into conflicting energy, to combative energy, because it just makes the situation worse and blows it up in a way that is hard to recover from. So I feel like that's a bit of a message here for you guys. Stop, pause, breathe through whatever tensions that you're dealing with. Don't lean into it. You don't have to take the bait, essentially, right? Especially when we're being baited by others, or other people are really testing our patience and creating a lot of anger within us. We don't have to allow that emotion and that energy to take center stage to run the show. And it feels like that could be a bit of a message here for some of you guys. All right. Ooh, Moonlight and Enchanted. Okay. This can manifest in a couple of different ways, and this is general. So with Enchanted, there could be something quite enchanting, something beautiful that you can't see. It's kind of in the backdrop. It's behind the scenes that wants to come through. It is coming on the side of challenge for you guys. So there is a bit an element of that here for me. Also, it almost could feel like some of you are feeling enchanted right now. Like you've been under some sort of spell and now you're finally seeing the truth around something. And it's been a challenge, but we'll see what else comes out with it. This card's very interesting. Something magical, like some sort of potential magic that you have not been able to connect to, or that's going to be true for you. But yeah, conversely, it almost feels like I think some of you have felt like you've been enchanted by a spell, like blindsided or tricked. We'll see. Transformation. Nice. Okay. So whatever this tense situation is that is causing a feeling of either being under some sort of a spell where like you felt blind and you couldn't see, or has blocked some sort of magic enchantment coming through, there's transformation at the root of this situation. So remind yourself of this, something positive transformation, good change coming your way due to a harder situation. And oftentimes us humans need things to get really sticky and hard before we actually decide to change. We kind of have to, it's like it's forced on us. So it's like sink or swim energy. Yeah, moon magic. And then you've got that moonlight and enchanted. So there's some sort of magic, I think, coming through, excuse me, for some of you under this moon energy. And you know, because we have the full moon and Scorpio energy here, it could be that something comes fully to light or manifests in a positive way, creating transformation once we get from the new moon. So that'll be in like a couple weeks' time from this new moon. So keep that in mind. There might be some tension and frustration over the next few weeks for you, but ultimately it leads to something beautiful, something magical, something transformative that gets fully realized either when the next full moon in Scorpio is or when the next full moon happens. Yeah. But don't take the bait through whatever this tension is. Like, don't lean in and fight the fight right now. It doesn't feel like the right way to go about it. Okay. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Wow. So you might, in and of itself, you absolutely should be trusting yourself because we have that moonlight enchanted energy here. But it could be that some of you are really feeling the opinions of others negatively, right? Or there's negativity around you and it's starting to drown out your own inner voice, or really starting to get to you and make you angry because you're realizing I'm not being supported here. I'm not being leveled up. No one's championing me, I can't say that word. Cheerleading, being my cheerleader. I have no cheerleaders, nobody rooting for me right now. If that's the case, I feel like without having to do anything, you'll have the last laugh, if that makes sense. Like, the proof will be in the pudding when they can see how transformative your life becomes as a result of you trusting yourself and doing the things that you know are best for you and going in a direction that suits you best. It feels like that. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Yeah. I think maybe some of you, your voices and your discernment and your own wisdom and intuition is being drowned out by others' opinions and their negativity. Okay. Wake up call. Tsunami energy. Yeah. There's big change coming through for you guys. There is a lot of tension, explosive energy, arguments, dissonance with others, not seeing eye to eye, a real energy of conflict, like big conflict, and shakeups in your life, really making you see things through a different lens so that it brings this transformation. And wake up call energy looks scary, right? Tsunami, because this is going to be emotional too, especially with that Scorpio energy and the tsunami energy. It's going to affect you emotionally, just a heads up. But it's transformative in and of itself. At the end of the day, even though it's going to look lousy or feel hard, it's what the doctor ordered, essentially. It's a wake-up call that the universe said, you've wanted change. You've wanted a reason to move towards this path that's best for you, that's suited to you. And we are going to make it so that that has to happen now. It's that force energy. It's kind of coming through pretty strong in these readings, where it's like we all stay in our comfort zones a little too long. We stay with what, even if it doesn't feel good, it's comfortable, and we know what to expect there. So we stay there. It feels like that for you guys. This shakeup's coming not to hurt you or to frustrate you or to cause dissonance or conflict in your life, but to get you on the right path and trusting yourself again and moving towards what's best for you. It feels like that. Svalbard. Excuse me, my voice keeps cutting out. Both darkness and light are necessary. There is light even in the darkest of nights. I accept that I am part of the cycle of nature. I open myself to new wonders every day. And okay, that makes a lot of sense here with the dark and light. We have to have the darkness and the hard times and the frustrations in order for us to appreciate the light and move towards it. And I feel like that's what this is kind of telling you, that it's necessary. The dark and the light are necessary. This conflict, this tension that doesn't feel good, that you wouldn't wish for anybody, it might feel lousy, but it's necessary to shake you up and move you in the right direction, on your life's path, in your purpose, in your passion, doing the things that are meant for you. It's like a calling, a higher calling comes to mind. And sometimes this could be towards a new person or situation where there's new people involved too, that you're going to resonate with a lot better. Let's pull some cards. It's sort of like there's magic behind this situation. There's this like almost like a spell's been worked for you, so that you are going in the right direction and trusting yourself and going towards your highest path, the right path for you. I get that's, is it the Christina Aguilera song that you are beautiful no matter what they say? Words can't bring me down. Does something to that, words can't bring me down. Other people's opinions, drowning out your own inner voice, your own inner knowing. Okay, man holding a heart in reverse. So this could have an emotional component, where we're saying you might be moving towards someone or a group of people that are better for you, a new person, a new situation, a new path. But this feels like threefold. Not only could you be moving towards better love and better romantic connection, but heartfelt connections in general that are inspired. They're put in your path for a reason. Fated events, fated people that you were always meant to cross paths with, because they're going to help you with your life's purpose and calling as well. So it's like multiple layers, soulmate energy, soul connections, and divine intervention and events coming your way that are going to get you on the right track in all kinds of ways. That's getting a little deep, but it's in the reverse. So it does feel like you've been hurt or by somebody who maybe you have a love connection with, whether it's romantic or just, a family member, male energy potentially here, where their words have hurt or cut. And it's really affecting you and creating tension. Angel of strength, not feeling particularly strong at this time as a result of this situation, which makes complete sense. Patience. This has shown up in every single message. Patience in one way, shape, or form. And I keep saying it, and I'll say it again. Patience is absolutely what we're being asked to cultivate under this Taurus new moon energy. It's a patience of setting our sights higher, connecting to what it is we really want, and then planting those seeds of intention and being patient as they grow, understanding that it's a long-term energy that we're leaning into, long-term benefit. So it's not immediate gratification, showing up for you guys as well, being patient with this situation and how it's all going to turn out in the end, finding your inner strength again, and understanding that this shakeup is happening so that you can move towards better connections, better soulmates, better love interests, just better situations in general, it feels like here, message 4. Okay, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, heart again. We've got heart here. This energy has been showing up a lot too. Clearing out your heart space. Archangel wants to come in and give you a heart activation. Clear your heart so that you can release any tension and anger, frustration and pain, and find your strength again, because you've probably got a very wise heart that knows the way that you can often lead with when you're dropped into it and it's open, but it feels like there's a bit of a block here. And it's time to clear the way. Call in Archangel Raphael to help you with this. I feel like it can only bring benefits. I also get the sense that this is just the direction that you're going towards, message 4, becoming more heart-centered. Like, I'm no longer going to choose people, situations, careers, partners that are not aligned with me and what I value and what's best for me. I definitely think I'm getting a weird image and it's causing me to get all tripped up. I don't know what it is, but it's like receiving flowers, like receiving a bouquet of flowers, some sort of like a gift of sorts. Maybe some of you are going to receive a gift or flowers. And with me looking at this heart chakra card with Archangel Raphael, the healing, be mindful of who you may receive a gift from, because there might be something to that type of energy or their energy and something very connective long-term for you. Receiving gifts, flowers. Yeah, I don't know. I'll come back to that so I don't get too hung up on it. Okay, door to value. And it's in the reverse, okay, suggesting that I feel this is not where you've been. You've not been receiving or feeling anything of value anymore. Where you are is where you're comfortable, perhaps out of habit, perhaps because of financial security, emotional security, not wanting to let certain people down. This is a place or a situation of tension where there's not a lot of emotional connection and resonance anymore, and it's bringing down the value. And it could be that you've placed so much value on this person, this situation, because there was some stability and security there. But it's sort of like, look again. Is it really connected to what resonates with what you truly value, what your heart wants, the directions you really want to go, the right path towards the right people and situations? I feel like the answer is no to that. I'm just saying, message 4. Ultimately, you get to decide. You have free will. But I feel like this energy is worth looking at. Major transformation on the horizon for you guys, though, and I don't think it's going to be particularly comfortable at first, just to give a heads up, not to scare anybody. But I feel like it's a powerful shake-up and wake-up call, as this says. Wheel of Fortune, right? With this man holding the heart, I feel like this is where we're going with this energy, right? I don't think you felt like fortune's been on your side, or that the tides have been turning in your favor and nothing's been happening. But I feel like it's just reiterating this shake-up energy. Like, it's the Wheel of Fortune at play, right? Helping you lead and move towards better things. Page of Pentacles, new ideas, new inspirations that have prosperous new beginnings, but slow and steady wins the race, right? With that patience card, it's not going to be an overnight success story. The Emperor in reverse under patience, right? And the Emperor brings a ton of patience. This is suggesting that this patience energy is going to be really difficult for you to lean into. But I also think there's another element about, it's good to plant good seeds and move towards new things and start creating a blueprint for your life and moving towards things that are more aligned with who you really are and towards people who are more connected to you and resonate with you. But being mindful of not being so structured that we miss opportunities and some magic that might be in the air. For some reason, I'm feeling like that's the thing for some of you. But leaning into the Emperor energy more fully is what's called for, and is a very good idea. And this is suggesting that patience has been really difficult for you with this. Yep, hard work pays off, right? 8 of Pentacles. Trusting that your hard work and the things that you really truly value and want for yourself are worth their weight in gold with that Page of Pentacles. It's humble new beginnings that are prosperous long term. Oh, sorry, it's the 7 of Pentacles. Jeez, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. And it feels like maybe some of you, could be cultivating more, working on things more that are more aligned with who you are as a person and what makes sense for you and what you're passionate about, leaning into that energy more. There's a contemplation energy here too. Like, should I let this go? Is this really worth its weight in gold? I feel like the energy is yes. It's a slow process requiring patience to see things turn around in your favor, but ultimately it is really worth it. It's going to be worth it. Look at that. Door to value, magic, the Magician. Yeah, owning your power, getting into your magic, a new beginning that's transformative with all this magical enchanted energy, allowing the dark energy that needed to be seen and understood and moved away from. It brings about this magic, enchanted moonlight magic. I really think that either it's going to be whenever the next full moon in Scorpio is, that you're going to see a full manifestation of something that you want or been working on, or a full manifestation of new love and new soulmate, kindred spirit connections. Yeah, and or at the very least, I feel like this full moon that follows this new moon illuminates more of what you need to do in the direction you need to go, and to really reiterates it's worth working on, whatever this is. Working on yourself, working on what you want to grow, working on a new making and cultivating new connections, because there's a lot of different energies here. All right. I keep feeling too like people that have your back, people who really have your back is something that's needed for my message for choosers. They support you. Even if they don't understand you, they're like, well, I'm going to support you because I know this is what's best for you and what you want. Confidence. Allow yourself to go for the dream you really want. Show what you can do. Yep. Really lean into that, like working on what it is that you dream of, what's best for you, what you're passionate about. Give yourself over to it. Even if you have to start out small, have the confidence to believe that you can, and it will unfold. These are the exact same cards that came up in the last message. Swift returns. The effort you put in now comes back to you soon. Strike while you can. Yeah, build. I feel like maybe there's been too much time contemplating whether you should do this thing and not enough action. And so I'm going to be the one to say here, it's time to take action. Whatever inspiration you have, whatever ideas you have, just do it. Nike approach, just do it. As this says, the efforts you put in now come back to you soon. So strike while you can. Strike while the iron is hot, while that inspiration is there and the motivation is there. Because motivation is not long lasting, right? We need discipline for that to happen, for us to keep cultivating and moving towards what we really want. That's discipline. And I feel like you might be somebody who has a hard time when inspiration and motivation wanes to carry on. So just be mindful of that. Message 4. It's discipline you want to try to cultivate at this time. I did this backwards. I was supposed to pull my moon cards first. I just realized that. That's okay. That's okay. I choose to take a higher perspective and widen my views. Yeah. Seeing things from a different angle. I also feel like it's also about taking the high road and whatever the situation is that creates all this tension. And widening your views. Yeah. Being mindful of tunnel vision. Every day, I bring radical self-love to my mind, body, and spirit. Yes. Believing you can, believing in your abilities, being confident, trusting yourself, as it says, surrender to trust, needing to lean into more of that for you guys. I see the gateway is open and the pathway is clear. My journey begins. Yes, I love this. This is powerful transformative energy, and it is never comfortable when we're really being shaken up. It's never comfortable, but you've got this. Like, it's this transformation. I see the gateway is open and the pathway is clear. My journey begins. Yeah, it's like, here's your big pinch. It's time to go and trust that you're going in the right direction towards the right people, situations, and things. Absolutely. Know, believe, trust that. I know that's hard. We all want some guarantees. We all want some confirmation that we're making the right decisions, because we're always, as humans, so afraid of making wrong choices. But I feel like even if there's some bumps along the way for you, message 4, there'll just be things that you can frame them as like, oh, I just learned that I can't do this, but I should do that. Just reframe it as just lessons and learning and understanding of how to fortify yourself, your situation, what it is you're doing. Cards falling out everywhere, man. Pick those up. So I had 2 cards that flew on the floor for you guys. My goodness. So conflicts you've been experiencing are now melting away. People who seemed like adversaries have become your allies. The angels are working through them to support you. Nice. Okay. So where there might have been tension, somebody new might come in. You know, I feel like it's connected to that gifts, that flowers energy. Like, I think it might be like somebody from the past coming back in with gifts, kind of like almost like a truce type of energy. Like, hey, I see you. I want to help you. I've come back around in this situation. And then bringing you this gift kind of like as a peace offering, something to that. Anyways, conflicts you've been experiencing are now melting away. People who seemed like adversaries have become your allies. The angels are working through them to support you. 100%. I love that for you guys. And then this was the other one. Angels are often felt but not seen. You might experience a cold, tingling feeling on your skin or the back of your neck. Fear not. This is the angel drawing close to you. Yeah, not alone. Really being helped and guided, not just on this earthly plane, because you're about to be helped on this earthly plane as well, but also in angelic realms, in the spiritual realms. You are not alone, most definitely. So if you get those kinds of sensations, it's kind of like your heads up from spirit. Here we are, we're right here. Have a question, ask. We're right by your side, ready, willing, and able to help you. We've got you. We've got your back. I feel like it's long overdue for you to feel this kind of support too, message 4. Again, angels are often felt but not seen. You might experience a cold, tingling feeling on your skin or the back of your neck. Fear not. This is the angel drawing close to you. Yeah. So especially a good time if you feel that energy, message 4, and you have questions or you're unsure or you're in some kind of energy where you recognize you're needing help or answers, that'll be the time to start to ask. All right, I am going to leave that there. I hope all of you have a beautiful day and that this new moon ends up bringing amazing transformation for you. Have a good day, guys. Take care.